You're listening to the Amazing Facts Daily Devotional. Today's topic, Manasseh, the Prodigal King. History has no shortage of depravity when it comes to royals. From Russia's Ivan the Terrible, whose violent temper caused his daughter-in-law's miscarriage and ensuring the death of his own son, to Queen Ranavalona I of Madagascar, who dispatched her enemies by torturous games involving chicken skin and the poisonous tangina nut. Included in this hall of infamy is Judah's own King Manasseh. A practicing occultist, 2 Chronicles 33:6, he not only loved evil, he abhorred anything good and shed very much innocent blood, 2 Kings 21:16, including that of the prophet Isaiah. He disdained God and instead worshipped all the host of heaven and served them, 2 Chronicles 33:3. Worst of all, he led his people into the same apostasy. Not only did he build shrines for these false gods, but built them in God's very temple in Jerusalem, 2 Kings 21:5, even insolently placing within it a representation of the Canaanite fertility goddess Asherah, verse 7. He also sacrificed his own sons to those heathen religions, burning them up to ashes upon the altars he had built, 2 Chronicles 33:6. In turning away from the true God, he had become the worst of the worst, sunken into an evil more dreadful than even the pagan nations themselves. Verse 9. Chance after chance was Manasseh given to return to the God of his ancestors, but time after time he denied it. Verse 10. Finally, destruction came upon him in the form of the ruling empire of the day, the Assyrians, who took Manasseh with hooks, bound him with bronze fetters, and carried him off to Babylon. Verse 11. Now the tormentor had become the tormented. It was during this time of shame, fear, and suffering that Manasseh gave his heart to God and, in repentant prayer, asked for his mercy, verses 12 and 13. God answered his prayer, and Manasseh was allowed to return to Jerusalem. The humbled king immediately instituted a slew of reforms, removing all the pagan sites that he had built, including Asherah, as well as repairing the neglected items in God's temple. For the rest of his days, Manasseh never forgot his captivity. He worshipped God alone and encouraged his people to do the same. Verse 16. Are you in a position of prominence? As a boss, a teacher, a head of household? How do you use that position to glorify God? Our key Bible text today comes from Matthew chapter 4 and verse 10. Then Jesus saith unto him, Get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, Thou shalt worship the Lord thy God, and him only shalt thou serve. Thank you for listening to the Amazing Facts Daily Devotional.